Our first witness is Adam Gardner. Even though Adam now calls Portland, Maine home, he and his bandmates from Guster are indeed favored sons of my home state of Massachusetts. They formed their band while at Tufts University and sold their CDs in Harvard Square. Today, Guster has sold over 1 million records and has become one of the nation's leading touring bands, playing sold-out shows from Radio City Music Hall to Farm Aid to the Boston Symphony Hall, where they performed with the famous Boston Pops. 4 years ago, Adam and his wife Lauren decided to start Reverb, a nonprofit that educates fans and other musicians about environmental sustainability. They have greened 42 touring bands and, among many initiatives, encouraged touring musicians to switch to biodiesel bus travel. Mr. Gardner, whenever you're ready, please begin.
Check 1, 2. Is this on? Hello? Sorry, this is what we always do when we play gigs. Chairman Markey, Ranking Member Sensenbrenner, and ladies and gentlemen of the committee, thank you for inviting me to testify today. It's truly an honor to be part of this dialogue on global warming. As a musician who spends most of his time either on the road in a tour bus or on stage in a t-shirt, I also want to thank you for the opportunity to wear this suit today to something other than a wedding or a funeral. My band Guster started touring 14 years ago from our home base in Boston. We started in a small van and eventually graduated to a tour bus and an 18-wheel truck for our equipment. We knew our tours consumed a lot of fuel, and you can only nickname your tour bus the Earth Eater for so long before making a change. We wanted our actions to match our beliefs, and I talked to a lot of other bands out there that felt the same way, but just didn't know where to begin. In response, my wife, Lauren Sullivan, who's been working in the environmental community as long as I've been playing in a rock band, decided to create Reverb, a nonprofit organization dedicated to educating and engaging musicians and their fans to promote environmental sustainability. Over the past few years, we've worked with over 45 major national tours to implement a laundry list of greening efforts that reduce waste and carbon emissions backstage while simultaneously educating and activating concertgoers through a festival like Eco Village out front. Reverb also launched the Campus Consciousness Tour, now in its 3rd year, to bring our unique environmental program to college campuses across the country, while adding daytime activities such as open town hall forums with students, band members, environmental groups on campus, faculty, and administrators to discuss sustainability on campus and what students can do to make a difference. To date, Reverb's efforts have reduced CO2 emissions by more than 25,000 tons, facilitated the use of over 250,000 gallons of biodiesel, involved more than 1,400 local and national environmental groups in the Reverb Eco Village, and reached more than 4.4 million concertgoers face-to-face. Reverb is green tours for Dave Matthews Band, Norah Jones, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and many, many more. Reverb's biodiesel efforts seem to spark the most interest and conversation on the road with everyone from truck drivers to record label executives. I suppose this is because biodiesel appeals to so many different stakeholders and has a wide array of possible uses and benefits. Biodiesel allows us to power vehicles while also protecting the environment, facilitate our independence from dangerous foreign oil dictatorships, and can support jobs in local and rural communities. The use of biodiesel is radically changing the music touring industry, and there's no reason why we couldn't continue to broaden its reach. Ideally, someday soon, our fans will drive to concerts in biodiesel cars of their own. Maybe even plug-in hybrids. That would be cool. For Guster, making strides toward kicking our own oil addiction hasn't been easy. We had to leave our first bus company to find one that would allow us to put B20 in the tanks. At the time, there were only 1 or 2 such companies in existence. Finding biodiesel pumps on tour has been hard. With just 1,100 around the country, Reverb has to coordinate local suppliers to deliver fuel to bands on the road. But since we've started, we've seen biodiesel skeptics quickly convert to advocates. Drivers found that engines ran cleaner and cooler, and bus and truck companies have been responding to the increased demand from artists. While our nation has made great strides in biodiesel production, there are a number of ways we could continue to improve. The energy bills that the House and Senate passed this summer are a great start. Increasing production from renewable energy sources like sugar, wood, and algae, while beefing up infrastructure, allowing consumers better access to biofuels at the pump, is a key component. I encourage you to keep this energy bill green, allowing Congress to take its first real step in the fight against global warming. Corporations can do more as well. I'd like to see auto companies encourage the use of biodiesel in higher blends, all the way up to pure B100, rather than holding the line at a 5% blend. I'd also hope that the agricultural community could come together. Guster was thrilled to play with Willie Nelson at Farm Aid, where we heard firsthand from small family farmers who want to be part of the solution. There I had the pleasure of meeting the founders of the Sustainable Biodiesel Alliance. The SBA is a nonprofit group whose mission is to promote sustainable biodiesel practices, from harvesting to production to distribution, keeping both environmental and social considerations to heart. It would be awfully ironic to go from reliance on irresponsible oil companies to a biofuels industry dominated by large-scale commercial farming at the expense of small farmers, community economics, and the environment. If done right, biodiesel offers the unique opportunity for a fuel product that is not just less bad than petroleum diesel, but is an actively good fuel that can reinvigorate our local economies and actually replenish and revive the environmental damage we've caused. On my path, I've encountered so many inspiring, motivated, and truly selfless individuals who are determined to create and propagate positive change. From pioneer artists like Neil Young and Bonnie Raitt, who have been circling the country using biodiesel for several years now, to the city of Milwaukee's Venu Gupta, who powers his entire municipal fleet with millions of gallons of biodiesel made right in Mr. Sensenbrenner's home state of Wisconsin. Most inspiring are the countless conversations held with the millions of music fans at the Reverb Eco Village. I invite you all to the next Reverb show so you can take part in this dialogue, where talk of global warming doesn't center around doom and gloom, but rather optimism, commitment, and creative solutions. It's a generation that stands ready to stare down the greatest challenge they will have to face, but they also look to you on your stage to lead the way. I see this moment in time, a relative flicker when considering the Earth's age, as a critical one. The growing wave of momentum to defeat global warming during this small window of opportunity could very well determine what life will look like on the other side of that flicker. Thank you.